How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Master Beer Reviews, back with yet another review, and yeah, a little bit of Belgian-inspired barrel-aged hopeful goodness in the form of Great Lakes Brewing's. It's their Triple Dog Dare Bourbon barrel-aged. Great Lakes. I got a 4-spot of their barrel-aged series dropped on to me by one of their local reps, Brad. Thank you very much, Brad. This is the last one I'm doing. First one I did, I believe, was smoked porter. Really liked it. The beer was fantastic. I bet I did one before that, actually. Anyway, the last one I did, I forget the middle one, oddly enough. But the last one I did was the barley wine, and that did come off a little bit kind of outside of where I like my barley wines to go. So we started off good, maintained that. Last one I had was nice, not that bad, just kind of lacked any kind of calling card to it, and this is the last one up. The theme through these, though, that I've noticed is it just seems like the barreling's a little bit too small for me. I hope that changes with this one, but I'm not quite sure if it's going to. But that's why we go into these. Let's review it. So here's what it says on here. A little tag here. It says Triple Dog Dare, and it goes through their whole, like, testament of craft brewing thing for their barrel-aged series. This is bottle number 207. And it says here, Great Lakes Brewing Company, barrel-aged Triple Dog Dare, Belgian-style triple ale aged in bourbon barrels, 2017. And on the back, it says, come on, take a sip, we dare you. Once you taste our bourbon barrel-aged triple sweet fruit, subtle spice, and smooth vanilla notes, you may emerge more adventurous than ever before. After all, drinking this smooth golden ale is much more pleasant than sticking your tongue to a frozen flagpole. And that be that. Label-wise, as I've said throughout the whole series, I love it. It says words that are screen printed, not stickered on a bottle, and I just like that. The only knock I would give this, and I haven't said this for any of the other bottles, but it goes through this, is that you have the front, and you have the back, and then you have the government warning stuff. In my neurotic craziness, I like balance and symmetry, and like there's like a super close gap. It's all kind of even throughout here, screen printed wise, but I want the front and the back to be even, and this to be the government warning stuff to be kind of off to the side. I don't know. I'm weird. Whatever. Anyway, I like the label. I don't know why you guys watch. I do. You love beer. That's why. So let's see what we have. Okay, Belgian triple. What are we going to get from this? We can get some typical Belgian bits and pieces. Maybe a little bit of, or hopefully a decent amount of fruity esters. Could be banana. Could be a little bit clovey. Could be a little peppery. Could be a couple different things. Bourbon barrel. Could be sweet. Could be barrely. Could be smoky. Could be cherries. Could be a lot of different things. Nice creaminess to it. A little bit of gravity-defying creaminess. Super uniform bubbles throughout. It's neurotically crazy and creepy. And you know what? She looks like a Belgian triple. Because what she is rich gold in color, a touch mahogany, but there's bits and pieces of stuff floating through it. And that, to me, is a good thing. It just shows you that there is a kind of yeasty funkiness kind of floating around in there. And for me, it's kind of one of the things that makes Belgian beers Belgian, is that they're not filtered, they're bottle conditioned typically, and just kind of, have those little floaties that everybody freaks out over nowadays. Anyway, see if we get a nose on her. Definitely getting that bourbon barrel. It's coming off very similar to the other ones, which is a very sweet, candied kind of cherry. This one has a little bit of honey note in it, though. A little bit of honey, a little bit of soft caramel, and then that sweet kind of bourbon. So it's definitely coming off sweet across the board. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Definitely sweet. Like I said, it's kind of that triple threat of that kind of caramel, honey, and that cherry bourbon. Let's just dive in. See what she's got. Cheers. There's a definite spiciness to it. A bit of spiciness. They're still getting that kind of honey in there. And it's honey by flavor, not by actual honey. A lot of times when you put honey in beer, it comes off a little bit kind of oily, a little bit buttery to me. This is more of just the kind of like a weird kind of pseudo honey. I don't know if that's coming from the yeast or not, or if there's honey malt in it. I'm not quite sure. There's a little bit of spiciness to it, a little bit of pepperiness to it. That barrel is still coming off just like all the other ones did, which was a kind of sweeter cherry kind of bourbon, kind of candy bourbon. And nice mouthfeel, nothing too crazy. And that's pretty much it. It's very similar barrel wise to all the other ones that I had. Not my favorite barrel program, at least this iteration. All the beers were barrel aged in bourbon barrels. I assume they basically used the same bourbon barrels. Not the same ones over and over, but same brand. And it's imparting a very similar taste throughout all the beers that I had. And this one's nice. Like I said, it's definitely tastes like a Belgian triple, Belgian style triple. Could be a little bit more yeastier for me. Could be a little bit more kind of dense, maybe a little bit more yeast forward, a little more estery, but at the same time, it is a triple. I think this lends itself decently to the barrel, but the smoked porter, the more rich, robust, darker beer was my favorite of the bunch, and I think because it had that kind of meatier beer to it, it kind of canceled out a bit of that kind of overly candied kind of cherry kind of bourbon, and I think it worked the best. The barley wine, which was the overly sweet one, and it was a very light colored, light barley wine, fared the worst for me. And I think it is the same reasons. You had that sweet on sweet without that kind of subtle, more savoriness on its side, so it was just sweet on sweet. But this one kind of has a little bit more going on than just that kind of barrel and a little bit of sweet beer. But yeah, not too shabby. Definitely, smoked porter one a day for me. Barley wine was probably the least, and this and the other beer, I keep forgetting what it is, like a jerk, kind of ran up in the middle for me. So let's talk about it. It's one of the better barrel-aged Belgian-style beers I've had as of late. It's only going to default to that, because how often you get Belgian barrel-aged beers. But if I were drinking a ton of over-the-top ones, I don't think it would be in the discussion, just because it kind of, the barreling just isn't like where I like barreling to go. It's just sweet. There's really no barrel to it. There's not a ton of oak to it. Didn't even mention it during this review. And just didn't impart much on the beer. It's almost like it was like the beers were put in the barrel without, a balancing thing going on. Or the different barrels can be used. I don't know. Value availability, don't know. I was lucky enough to have them given to me. And same thing, availability. We get Great Lakes around me, but we never see this kind of stuff, so your mileage may vary. And just say if you like what way you like this. If you like your typical Belgian and you like the candied sweet portion of the show when it comes to a barrel, because that's what you're going to get in here. So if that's what you're into, then you'll dig it. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you did, didn't, anywhere in between, down there, words and stuff. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped, Massive Beers, all four of those places if you want to check me out anywhere else. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice barrel-aged Belgian style triple right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.